I bet you never knew there were so many unique and fun, creative ways to use ice cube trays. I bet by the end of this video, I'm gonna have you grabbing out your own ice cube trays or heading to Dollar Tree for theirs, which are only $1.25 for a 2-pack. So incredibly affordable. Hi everyone, my name is Shannon, the Daily DIYer. I also want to thank Fetch for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get right into the very first ice cube tray hack. These first few hacks are for my crafter friends out there, and maybe some of you already use yours as a paint palette to keep your paint separated, but I'm going to show you how to take this one to the next level and make it even more useful. I'm using a really inexpensive Dremel tool that I found on Amazon. I'll make sure to link it down below. It makes it really easy to puncture holes in the little cross sections of these ice cube trays. You'll see why we're doing that here shortly. And then, like I said, this is great for separating your paints. This is acrylic paint, but this would be so great for little ones too, using washable or tempera paint. And those little holes that we created at the top are the perfect place to then store and hold your paintbrushes, so you have them handy and also have one for each color. Now, I couldn't let all of this paint go to waste, so I went ahead and just painted up this Dollar Tree little sign with a rainbow look to it. Such a fun little hack. You can also flip these trays upside down and use them as a raised surface to then be able to either let your projects air dry or get them up off your work surface so you can get to those edges easier with your heat gun. If you have larger projects, you can use a couple of these ice cube trays flipped upside down. It makes more room for your project to then be lifted up off your work surface. This is another great thing for your craft room to store and organize your washi tape. I did feature this hack in a recent organization hacks video. If you missed that, I will link that up in the iCards. You can go over and watch that next. But I love this. It's so fun, it's pretty, it's convenient, and it keeps everything organized. Now let's make a fun project with these ice cube trays. I'm going to be using these 10 snips that you can find at Walmart for only about $5. I'll make sure to link them down below. It makes it so easy to cut through thin plastic like these ice cube trays. We're going to make these cute little magnet planters, and to do that we need to cut apart the little cups that are in the ice cube tray. So do that with your 10 snips. This is what they'll look like once you get the individual ones cut apart. We want to make this look a little bit nicer though, so I went ahead and took those 10 snips and snipped around the edge to kind of clean them up. It doesn't have to be perfect since we're putting other things in here that'll kind of hide it, but you want it to look nice before we get going. You can also use some spray paint to paint these a metallic color, which will give them more of a metal look versus a white plastic, so that's kind of a nice hack too. We're going to be using Dollar Tree magnets to attach to the back of these cups so we can put them on our refrigerator or any type of metal surface, and then you can decorate these however you want. I have some of this green moss that's also from Dollar Tree, and I'm using some faux greenery and flowers that's from Walmart to add in here. But you could also use these for live plants too. If you put real soil and little plants in there, you can also put succulents in there. I didn't have any real ones, so I'm adding a little bit of styrofoam and then a faux succulent from Dollar Tree. Just hot glued that right down into the styrofoam. Such a really pretty and sort of a contemporary look with this one. Just a fun little accent piece and a fun way to utilize these ice cube trays. Want to turn purchases that you already make, even from Dollar Tree, into points that you can then redeem for gift cards and do it all for free? You totally can, and all you need is your cell phone. Fetch Rewards is a super easy to use free app where you earn free rewards on literally anything you buy. Scan any receipt or e-receipt and you will earn points no matter where you shop or what you buy. You then redeem those points for hundreds of rewards, including Amazon and Visa gift cards, and Fetch is a totally free app. It is so quick and easy. You just scan your receipts, redeem your points, and then you can spend your rewards all from your mobile device, and the process only takes a few seconds. You don't have to worry about where your receipt is from or what's on it. You just scan your receipt and get points. It is such a simple process. I like to turn my points into Starbucks gift cards as a little treat to myself, but there's so many other options on there as well for you to choose from. And the receipts that you can use can be from anywhere. And I'm talking retail stores, all of your Amazon purchases, if you have any e-receipts, or even from restaurants. And I've made it even more simple for you all. You can head down to the description box, click the link, and use the code DailyDIYer that will earn you 3,000 points right off the bat. I don't think there's many places now where you can use a free app and earn free money, so make sure to check out Fetch. Thanks again to them for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get right back into these ice cube tray hacks. Speaking of Starbucks and coffee, you can save a ton of money this summer by creating your own iced coffee at home with the help of these ice cube trays. Just pour any leftover cold coffee that you have into your ice cube trays and pop them into your freezer. It's going to take about 3 hours or so for these to set up depending on the temperature of your freezer. This is what they look like when they're done. Go ahead and pop these into your coffee cup or mason jar. That's what I love to use. You can also make several batches of these at one time and keep them in a container so you have them ready to go for the next time you're ready for some iced coffee. Add your coffee, any special ingredients, and then there's no more watered down iced coffee. This is another great summertime hack using aloe vera. This tray was one we used for the magnets and I didn't want to throw it away because it's still useful. So I just cut off the extra, and since I didn't need very many of these, this actually worked out really well. You just squeeze your aloe vera gel into the little compartments. I did kind of mix it around, tapped it on my countertop to level it out. Put it in the freezer, and again, in about 3 hours, these are ready to go. You can use these on those sunburns to help soothe your skin, and it's also really refreshing too. If you have a lot of these, you want to make a lot of these and keep them in your freezer, you can just pop these into a plastic container, pop them back into your freezer, and you have them anytime you need them. Now let's make a fun, kind of modernized outdoor lantern. Could be used indoors too. We're going to start by bending those 2 rows on each end in to create this shape of a lantern. I sort of did that so I could have an idea of the shape that I was wanting, and then we're going to take the Dremel tool again and drill some holes into the bottom of each one of the little sections of the ice cube tray. That's going to let out some light instead of just diffusing the light. Now we're going to put all of this together using some packing tape. This is going to keep the shape of our lantern together. It's just simple packing tape. I did use about 3 rows to make sure it was good and secure. Now we're going to be using these chopping mats, also from Dollar Tree. These things are amazing. You even get 2 in a pack. We're going to use this to help diffuse the light and kind of keep it all together. So we need to do a little bit of measuring and cut a section of this off. This is even thin enough that you can cut it with a paper trimmer like I'm showing you here. This is going to create the top of our lantern and also go across the back to keep the back together. So we do need to fold this, and that is going to be the top of our lantern. We're going to insert this in. It takes a little bit of finagling so you can get it in there and not get it stuck to the packing tape. But we do want it to stick to the packing tape when we're done because that's what's really going to give it its shape and connect everything together. Now we are going to have this tail sticking off the back there, and it's just easy to take a pair of scissors and trim that down to size. If you enjoy Dollar Tree DIYs and hacks like you're seeing in today's video, make sure to subscribe and turn on your notifications so you can join our DIY family here and not miss a single inspirational video that I post here every single week. And once we have that tail cut off, now we're going to add the light. We're going to be using these push lights. They are amazing from Dollar Tree. One of my favorite things. You do have to add AAA batteries in there, but it's so easy to then pop the light on and off as you need it. So as you can see, it's dark outside, but look how bright these lights really are, but they're a little bit harsh on the eyes. So if you set these little lanterns on top, it helps diffuse the light. And here's another demonstration of just how bright those things are versus adding our little modernized lantern onto the top. I would definitely say this is an extremely unique way of using ice cube trays. Now let's make another outdoor idea and hack using these trays. How about a outdoor bird feeder? And this is so easy, one that little ones can probably help with after you drill those holes in each one of the 4 corners. And then we need to string this up. So this is amazing twine that I also found at Dollar Tree. I love that it has the red color twisted into it. We're gonna feed that from the top into the bottom of our tray and then tie 2 double knots in each one of the corners to secure them. Now pull your string extra long so we have room to work with, and we're going to continue doing that to all 4 of the corners. Once we have all of that tightly secured, we are going to gather up those 4 strings all together, kind of pull them at the top tightly. We want to then create a knot at the top, but you want to kind of hang it off your tabletop or your work surface to make sure that your tray is hanging evenly before you tie that knot. Then it is so easy to just trim off the tail there. I do have one of these hooks that you can also find at Dollar Tree that we're going to insert into the top little hole and make it easy to hang from a tree or from your porch. And I'll also show you, you can even hang them from Dollar Tree shepherd's hooks too. This is just a regular birdseed. I sent my hubby out on a run for me, and now we have squirrels and birds that we're feeding. So it kind of turned into something fun, something we'd never done before, but just hung it from our little tree in the side yard, and it's been fun sitting on the porch to watch the birds come. And then here's also a look at how you can hang it from a shepherd's hook too. These trays are also super amazing for organization. I have lots of ideas to show you how to utilize them. First up is office supplies. So these are just odds and ends that kind of seem to get lost or tousled around in your drawer, but with an ice cube tray, it keeps everything in its own little compartment. They're also really shallow, so they fit even in the most small drawers. Super easy, and love that. This is another one that I featured in my organization hacks video. It was so good, I had to show it to you on here in case you missed that video. Again, I'll link that for you and you can watch that one next. This was my junk drawer. It was terrible, it was awful, and obviously I have lots of little things that were just collecting in the bottom of the drawer. So I used the ice cube tray to make everything have a new place. Great for batteries too, and this is what the drawer looks like after. So much better, and it has been so much easier for me to grab the little things that I need and get on with my project. This would be a really fun idea to give your little ones snacks so they have some options, put some fruit in there. I also think this would be a fun idea to incorporate into a movie night. Head down to the description box to start earning your free gift cards with Fetch. I'll have that link down below. Let me know which one of these hacks was your favorite. Subscribe if you are new, and I want to thank you all so much for joining me today. I will see you in the next one. Have a creative day.